Hi guys, welcome to my channel all about YouTubers 13. Today I'm going to be showing you how to protect yourself on your computer for free. I nearly got into an incident myself recently, which is the reason why I'm doing this now, and I'm going to be showing you several reasons why, how and what to do for free. And also, even if you have paid for virus free things, VPN, which stands for virtual private network, I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute, still don't just rely on that, because you know it needs to be checked a lot. Your computer needs to be checked as you're going along. So basically, the first thing what I want you to do is look up, it's called Bitdefender and free, or Bitdefender free version. Type that in, and normally whenever you type in for something, you'll see it'll come up here at first, but that's always an ad at first, so that means you're going through a third party. So you want to go down to the one below that, click on that, and it will show you automatically. It goes on. I'm on Windows, it's automatically gone on to Windows, but as you can see underneath there, you've got Mac and Android, so whichever one is like preferable for you, download that. Once you've downloaded that, this is what you will see, and you can scan your system for free. This is, and I have done in the past, and what you can do is click on it. If you didn't see that, let me get rid of this. But the first time you want to scan, just scan. But if you want to look into several other things, get to settings there, and you can see events, quarantine, blah blah blah, protection. Now what this is, once you've scanned your thingy, your computer, it'll tell you when it's finished, whether it's quarantined anything, or if you've got anything suspicious which you want to check, just drag it, any file or whatever, put it down to there. Same as exclusions and the protection. So this is a free thing. This is number one out of several things which I'm going to be showing you. Now the next thing, which if you watch my last program, what I done is I went to buy a membership, and I was going to do whatever I could afford, which would be 3 months, 6 months or 12 months. Now the reason why I did say that, yeah, they got money off me, but it weren't information enough. What I done was I bought a prepaid card with £50 prepaid card, and then with that, as it says here, are prepaid cards anonymous? Yes, you can purchase prepaid cards provided by Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and an anonymous card. There's a viable option. Keep in mind that they can only be used for purchasing system services, not products. So basically, do not get into a well, you can't, like a monthly subscription. Just buy the 6 months or the 12 months, and that was what I planned to do. So I gave my information for that. They took the money, but lucky enough, the link will add the Trojan, which is like another word for like the old day Trojan horse, where people who didn't, like, there was a besieged area and people built the opposite side, who was surrounding it, built a big wooden horse, people hidden in it. They offered it as a piece, like, you know, let's speak tomorrow, this is the gift for today. They've took it through their big gates, and in the night loads of people popped out, and that's how the besieged castle, which they weren't going to be able to do anything, got toppled from the inside through a Trojan. There's actually a thing, even the FBI used this, it's called the Trojan hacking system, where they can find out. So basically, if I would have clicked on that and paid with my other a debit card with all my information, then they had that then, and it could have been used future or now, or they could be going by percentages to get thousands and thousands of people to put in the information, that Trojan horse, and the wait till they get the big one who's got worth £1 million or $2 million, and then bam, hit him. Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying to you, buy prepaid debit cards, and whatever you want to buy online, just buy it in one go. And that's another word, and that's the next thing for you to do. Now another thing to do to protect yourself online is whatever website you click on. I'm just going to go on a random one here, apply for a prepaid card. Now, to make sure this is a good site, first thing you can do straight away is here, follow my cursor, and see here, you'll see a padlock and it says view site information. Click on that. Information here is secure. Your information, for example password or credit card numbers, is private when it is sent to this site. So means this is okay, this is valid, and it's by law, so they're using systems which are protected by law, so you can use your data, your passwords, whatever, and they can't use it as such, if you get what I mean, because there's protections and ways in there. But you can also click on the certificate, and a few things to check here. The certificate is intended for the following purposes, blah blah blah. Make sure the bottom, the date is valid, so from the 13th of the 7th 21 to the 19th of the 17th 2022, and that adjusts, you know, if a good website adjusts like as the years go by, go to 19th of the 2nd 2022. And more details here. You can do this, and just make sure you check that. And I always go to this certificate patch at the end, because there it says this certificate is okay. And that's one more thing to do for free to check yourself online. Now let's have a look at something else. Right, this next thing, it's kind of like the last one, where you have a look at this you know, this lock in the top corner, but if it's not good, it will show one of three, well, there's three things what it will show. But another way, what's going to basically, so you can see them three things without me having to go on a bad site to see. But another way to check any site, just go onto it here, just right click on your cursor, or you know, whatever you're looking at in your laptop, get to it, inspect at the bottom, inspect, and on the right a lot of things will come up here, which it could be mumbo jumbo to you, but here at the top, console services, you're going to see that arrow. Click on that, just go to security, and bam, it's going to show you what you've seen before there, like this, the X one, but it also shows you the other things. Security overview, this page is secure, so you can see there is the padlock, what says secure. Next is information, where if it shows that, you need to look into it more. But then if you see this, not secure, so that's like the, you know, the triangle shape, and it'll tell you reasons why it's not secure. So there's another thing for you, and there's more just for you guys. Right, this next one, I kind of showed it the other day, but now this is going a bit further into it. It's called URL void. So if you go into Google, type URL void, and you'll see here .com. Click on it. What it does is it checks each website by its reputation. So what it does is it uses companies that data protection. So out of the thousands of data protection online what you can buy to protect yourself, it can't check every single one of them, so it checks probably 20 of them, the best ones what this site considers it to be. Well, it's got a reputation of themselves, and as you can see here, the top, the site information, it's good, it's a connection. And what you do is here you can see find a website or URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you good and bad. So for instance, we're going to check Google. So google.com, click that, it's checking, and the answer is here, report summary, blacklisted, 0 out of 43, so that's good. If this comes up as red, you know there's something wrong, and it gives you all the address, all the information here. But then underneath this, which I think is the best thing, it shows you all the websites, the data protection websites that people paying money for to keep them safe online, what they think are the best ones, and it's asked them, of their customers who have used the site and they've checked it for them, have they had any problems with it? And as you can see, by reputation, nothing. But look what we got here, right, Bitdefender. So out of all of, you know, the thousands of online data protections, one which I showed you, which you can use for free, is actually one what they've considered it's worth using their data, worth using their word. So nothing found out of all of these. So you can see it's a very good site, and this is for free. So, you know, but now let's just pretend I went on Google and I found a website that in the past there must have been some problems with it. So I'm not going to be going on the website, I'm just going to be using that name, and it was called, what is it, Fantastic Films RU. So it was probably something to do with getting people to pay for films. Just pretend it's a site that you was going to be renting a movie off. Scan it, scan out. Oh, red. See how I said the other one was green. Now this is red, 3 out of 4. So let's just go down. It gives you all the information there, but then it's going to be the checking the order sites. And the first 3 here, Fortnite, MyWatt and ThreatLog, they've detected problems with that website. Now the rest are not saying, oh, it's a good website, it's just their customers have never got to use it for them to find out, but these first ones did. Let's just have a quick click on it and see what it says. So you can see it, a web filter, and it just says phishing, which basically is going after your data, malicious websites. And see, you can see all the information here. So this is another thing what you can try for, you know, for free yourself, and it was called URL Void. Remember that, URL Void there, as you can see there. That's another thing for you to check. Now this next thing, just because we was using urlvoid.com last, I'm just keeping it on the same page. And here, if you was to click on where you'd normally type in the whatever website you want, you can see the www dot there, but see at the beginning, HTTPS, and it's colon, what do you call them, dash, then whatever. Now sometimes on bad websites, see this HTTPS, it'd just say HTTP, the S would be missing, so it's not valid. Or it might just have TTPS, do you get what I mean? It's not valid. For it to be a valid one, it would have the HTTPS colon and // if that's what you call them, but www.url.com. So that's just another way to check and just make sure that it's HTTPS. So these things, you'd write it down, put them on your wall in your bedroom, whatever, just so you get used to these. Do you know what I mean? And even if you are paying for someone to protect your data for you, you still can't just trust everything in there, because like we said with this site, out of the 20 ones what it checks, internet providers, it was only 3 of them what had customers who had used that site. So you might be on a site where up until that point that site hadn't been used in their system. Do you get what I mean? So you should always check on other angles. So there's another thing. Right, now we're coming up to the end of some of the 3 things what I'm telling you about today. What I've done is, normally I'll be on Google signed in my own name, but as you can see here, I'm a guest, and to prove that, when I click here, you can see you are browsing as a guest. So basically, for instance, if I've brought this laptop online, it's not brand new, someone might have put, you know, a Trojan in there, some kind of data, so they can get hold of it and watch you through your camera and, you know, things like that. And they're able to see everything online by what you go in. So especially if you're showing things on the internet like me now, I don't want you to see certain things. For instance, Not that I don't want it to, but I'm just proving a point here. So unless you're having to use sites for yourself personally, you know, stay as a guest. You know what I mean? There's another thing. That's it coming for the end of today. The other thing is there's also a Tor network, which is kind of the dark web, the deep web. Now, you know, there's some controversy around that, but it's kind of like a gun. It can be used as defense or offense, meaning it's kind of like a VPN where nobody can trace you, and it's done some really good things, as in countries in Asia and that where the governments are on them. They've been able to use that Tor network where the government can't see their www, their IP address, and they've met to have protests which have overthrew tyrants. So there's a lot of good things there, but at the same time, because of that you know, anonymity, people are taking advantage of that to do with drugs, or, you know, this, that and the other. So it's not just a bad thing. But I'm not going to be showing you that now because it's not something I've really looked into. I've never had a, you know, I've not had a reason to start using the deep web, the dark web or Tor, but it's something which I do want to learn about, so I know and I've got the knowledge. Do you get what I mean? But right now I can't give you any knowledge on it because I haven't got that data to tell you about it. I've had no reason to look into it. You know what I mean? But it's, if you see someone using Tor, look. It's not, don't just think, it's bad. It can be used for all different kinds. But, like I said, a double-edged sword. One of them, you got to have a reason to use it. And I ain't had a reason to use it. But if I thought that somebody was after my data and I wanted to get online without anybody watching me, and it come to that necessity where I'm being hacked, I know I am, then obviously that's the time to use it. But hopefully I haven't got to that stage. But there's also the Tor network, but you can't just click on our Tor and go into it. No, you have to, you know, click on Tor and download a browser, and then with that browser it kind of, you have to go through it that way. Do you get what I mean? And it's kind of like Google. It's when we go in Google, it cancels out a lot of things. You can't, you know, they only let you see websites which they think's okay by law, and we're only seeing 5% of all the websites. There's another 95%. What, in general, you can't get up, you can't even get access to it, and you do through the Tor network, the deep web. So that's what I do know on that. But anything else, I haven't got experience. So I just wanted to let you know on that. But we're summing up. That's it all for today. Write down these, it's free, do you know what I mean, all what I've showed you. Even if you are paying for a VPN, for instance, still check it other ways. And also, what I want to say about a free VPN, you can get free VPNs, don't use them. I mean, you can use them, but basically, if you're using a free VPN, you're going to be having loads of ads coming up all the time, and VPNs itself slow your computer down. So if you're not, you know, I couldn't do it because I haven't got the latest and the best laptop strokes. You know what I mean? So because it takes up a lot of things, and if you're leaving it on, so online, always checking out, you know, everything you're doing. Why it's doing that, slowing, it's using a lot of processing speed, and also you'll be having loads of, if it's free, pop up this, pop up that, and you know, it can do, it can end up like putting your back, for instance. But there's other ways around it. And remember, like I said, also that prepaid card, that's what would have stopped me getting into trouble the other day. You know, lucky enough, I was able to pay so much for a prepaid card, and I was going to pay for the 6 months worth of a membership. Then they said to verify it, and lucky enough, the website which the email address what I gave them, because on my laptop, this laptop, I haven't had no reason to use that particular email, so I had to go on my phone. And that's where the things didn't make sense. And if you watch a video, you'll see what happened. But basically, within that, there was like a code. If I would have gone onto and used my phone, and I would have used, say, a credit card, for instance, basically, it would have been phishing for me. They would have got information. just want to, so I'm just saying this is for your own protection, your own data protection. The world's changing, it's all technology, we've got to change with it, we have to adapt with it. It's all new, it's in its baby form at the moment, so we're people, the world's learning by mistakes, what's good, what's not. You've got to change with it, and you've got to be on top of it, and I'm showing you how to do that now, as much as I know possible, and I'll be showing you more in the future. Anyway, if you want to support my channel, please, PayPal in the description, it's all confidential. You can even say whether you want me to say your name and I'll thank you on screen or not. It's basically anonymous, and I'm fully, there's a reason why I use that avatar and avatar, not just because I want to say, no, there's a reason for it, and it's a personal reason. Well, I've told people about it, but it's not kind of out in the open. It represents something what means a lot to me, and freedom of speech. So if you want to support the channel, PayPal in the description. That's all for today, folks. You will take care. Catch you on the rebound. Bye. Dum, 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 dum.